3.5 million wallets on the Cardano blockchain, everyone. It happened. It's big news for Cardano. All the while, ADA price making us wait. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. Please hit that like button on the way in. It means a lot to me. And let's just jump into it. By the way, are you digging it? It's the OG studio background. It's obviously on a projector screen, but I had to do a little throwback. Just for fun. I missed that studio. Let's jump into it, everybody. First off, before we dive into the charts, you can hit the timestamps for when we get there. If you just want to go right there, Cardano ADA just broke through 3.5 million wallets on the blockchain. And what's crazy is this was yesterday. This is old news. If you've already seen it, forgive me. I missed it. It just like glided by and I had no idea. But it's a really big deal, everybody. You can take a quick snapshot of it, a quick look at it. This is basically on-chain data from Cardano Blockchain Insights, ADA wallets. You can just see cruising on up in that blue line. Delegators too. Delegators delegating on the Cardano blockchain as well. But look at this growth. I mean, this is so good to see this in the middle of a bear market. This is precisely, exactly what you want to see. Potentially in that next bull market, right? The speed of this, the velocity of this will increase. But right now, it is a big deal. Cruising over here, the Cardano blockchain has witnessed significant growth in the last year and has sustained that development ahead of the impending Vassal hard fork, as seen by a rise in the number of wallets holding network's native coin ADA. Interestingly, on December 24th, 2021, the number of Cardano wallets was 2.5 million. 1 million wallets ago, everybody. It wasn't that long ago, December 2021, and here we are, ADA adding 1 million wallets. It's really big news as we watch the entire crypto space go through this bear market to watch Cardano grow. All the while, I just wanted, in just kind of speaking to Cardano growth, I was reminded of TVL, total value locked. And I was going to cover this article in depth. I was going to put it in the intro, in the title, but I'm not going to. But long story short, a developer over there on the Solana ecosystem, essentially he faked $7.5 billion of Solana's $10.5 billion total value locked at the peak, like kind of in that bull market. Billions of those dollars were double counted between his two protocols. It's insane. So much of the TVL that Solana was blowing up with was faked. And I just took a glance at TVL in general, overall total value locked in crypto, 67 billion right now. And you can just see it topped out at like 180 billion or so. And it's all the way back down as crypto essentially is resetting, right? DeFi space resetting. So going over here, here's Solana, right? There's that 12 billion. So up in that 10 to 12 billion dollar range, 7.5 billion faked. Crazy. And it has just consolidated like crazy right now, 1.9 billion. And then here we are. And this is why I wanted to bring this up. Cardano's sitting at around, can you see this on my screen? Hopefully. 91.3 million. Once at 300 some million. Now, the reason why I want to bring this up is because Vassal hard fork happening right now, or getting ready to happen, all the news surrounding it. What's getting ready to happen on Cardano is going to be explosive, in my opinion. And it's not only, negative news like this in terms of Solana, right? What we just looked at, negative news like this happening, like that's kind of negative. But all the hacks that we're seeing and all of this different negative stuff on these other blockchains, it's not to say Cardano is perfect, but Cardano is just everybody. I've been saying this prior to a lot of this even happening. Cardano is positioned so well once it delivers this technology, and especially with Vassal hard fork, and developers are going to be able to deploy dApps so much more easily. And the timing of this for me as a value investor is brilliant, because we're in a bear market. And all this stuff is diving into undervalued zone. And I'm not just talking about Cardano. Crypto is. It's in oversold territory. And Cardano is getting ready from a fundamental technical perspective to just deliver big time. And the ecosystem and the total value locked on Cardano, I really think is going to go parabolic, especially now we have the confluence of all this negative news and all of this stuff happening across other blockchains, right? All these things being compromised on other blockchains, security being compromised. I think people, and we said this anyway, are going to begin flocking to Cardano as it continues to prove itself. So I just wanted to bring that up. I know we talk about charts a lot, but a lot of the reason why I cover Cardano charts so much, why I'm so interested in ADA price, is because the opportunity here, I think it's just such a strong play because the technology is so strong. And there was a tweet under this tweet, actually, the 3.5 million wallets on the blockchain tweet. Somebody said a more significant metrics is number of SPOs. Due to increasing projects being built on the Cardano network, it will keep increasing because it's proven that ISPO works. And once the Hydra arrives, scaling on Cardano will go parabolic. I just thought that was just in general a good point, right? He brought up Hydra and he brought up just SPOs. Once Hydra comes and arrives, the amount of transactions that paired with the scalability upgrades that are happening with Vassal and everything, the amount of scaling is going to go parabolic. I really agree with that tweet. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. But anyway, here is the 6-hour chart. This is Cardano, everybody. It's just like, it's okay because markets in general, they're feeling iffy, and we have to continue to watch markets. And I'm talking about traditional markets. I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Look at this. This is a daily chart on the S&P 500. I've been waiting for this area to be tested, and it hasn't even been at all. I thought right here was going to be some pullback, but it's just like even today, it's a red candle on S&P 500. However, it's just kind of got a little bit of an upward momentum on this close. It's red, but man, just a little bit of that upward momentum. It's interesting. It will be interesting to see how markets open tomorrow. So a lot of that plays into what's going on with ADA right now as it consolidates on the 6-hour along this upper trend line. And this is the area. Check this out. We've been tracking this blue line, which we'll look at zoomed out in a second, which is more of a curved lower high trend line. And then this flat white line, which is a lower high trend line. And look at ADA just kind of seeing resistance off the blue, now just trickling resistance off the white, and just right now just consolidating all in that range. Go to the daily and you get a really nice picture of the squeezing that is happening. And we call this the momentum shift, right? It takes some time for when it's just falling. And I'm talking about the whole bear market to get just like an upswing. It takes time. And it is getting squeezed right now. So right now on the daily chart, there's really not a lot. There's really not a lot to watch other than this for me. I just did this video the other day. Here's a quick. If ADA tests those moving averages again, and in a bullish environment, if it's a midterm rally or a huge macro move, we would see support at these moving averages and higher highs and higher lows. That's the move right there on the screen. Speculatively, Cardano was at 54 cents when I did that video on July 30th. This move is happening, right? This move, let's go to a chart now. Here's the daily. It's happening. So Cardano testing the moving averages, and this is what we want to see. But what we're waiting to see is that bullish confirmation of higher highs and higher lows bouncing off of those moving averages. And it just takes patience. I get comments a lot because I think a lot of people are just like, why are you doing videos? You're doing it. You're just trying to keep your YouTube channel alive. I mean, partly, I'm trying to be consistent. I've been doing YouTube for almost 4 years. It's a huge thing. I'm committed to providing content and tracking these markets. So yeah, consistency. I'm sorry that's an issue to some people, but consistency is what I'm doing here. Consistency and also tracking these key moves. These key moves oftentimes, and this is kind of where some of the pain comes from for I think a lot of people, oftentimes it just requires patience. It just requires, unless you're like trading a 15-minute chart or something, you're not gonna get that instant gratification in terms of knowing what's going to happen next. You have to wait on these daily charts to find out, right? So this is what we're doing. We're waiting. And I mean, even right now, it's just kind of like, all right, ADA, look at this. Look at it testing support right above that 20-day moving average. I mean, for the last few days, we have a brand new green candle right here. It's like 36 minutes old. And then the 50-day moving average sitting down here around 40, right around 48 cents. To the downside, just to give you an idea what that looks like, around a 4 to 5% move to the downside. So that's the whole area of support. It's a higher low area of support that we wait, we watch to see if Cardano interacts with it and if it holds support. It's the last swing low as well to swing high. And look at that perfect confluence of support right in that general higher low Fibonacci. So we're going to continue tracking it. And we can dig into probably many different patterns. You know, there's a lot going on over here on the weekly chart in terms of the RSI. We've been tracking that as well. We've been tracking momentum. We've been tracking the 200-week moving average resistance around 56 cents, right? That translates to a lot of different things over here on this chart. By that time, if ADA is testing that weekly, that means it's breaking back above this curved trend line. It's a good deal for ADA. But we're not there yet. And we're not really going to talk about those upper resistance levels in that 56 range yet. We want to see if ADA can just start moving back towards, and it's not that big of a move. 53 cents is around where that blue trend line is, that curved trend line. So we're going to continue watching that. So as we do, we hustle through this bear market, and we just have no other options but to remain patient and to track these things. So y'all know what's going on with Cardano breaking 3.5 million wallets. And what that is Cardano is growing, and it's going to continue growing into the next bull market. I'm excited. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.